Cement from this factory was once used in the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge. Work began at this site in 1874, and for the next 136 years, stone moved through this plant before becoming material used in bridges, steel mills, railways, and roads. As the decades passed, the complex expanded around the work happening inside it. Kilns and silos rose over the property, while rail lines fed the plant and conveyor systems moved material from one part of the process to the next. After more than a century of operation, production was abruptly halted in 2010. The site continued as a shipping terminal, but the heavy industrial machinery was left behind. Inside, conveyor belts cut through the facility. Catwalks hang over wide open work floors, and in some sections, power still lights spaces that should be completely dark. This is more than an abandoned cement plant. It's a massive industrial machine built to make the material that holds structures together, now slowly falling apart itself. Let's explore. Guys, so I've been wanting to come to this plant for a good few months now. I haven't stopped thinking about it ever since it started becoming hot on the urbex market. And unfortunately, as we were walking up the hill coming in, I dropped my action camera in the mud in the rain, and it's pouring out and it's gone. We looked for it for about an hour, no luck, and yeah, I started filming with my phone. Then my camera ran out of SD storage space, so I don't know, it's kind of a mess, but decided to just get it going anyway. I had an extra SD card, so we're gonna make the most out of this. Not sure what to expect. I'm a little demoralized, but this looks insane. I think we should go walk down there next. Let's keep exploring. I didn't even know this place had power. I haven't seen any photos of this bottom or basement part. It's incredible. Look at the conveyor belt, feeding material all throughout the building. And this may have been an old elevator, I think. Incredible. More conveyor belts going all the way down. And look at that view. Eerie. That looks insane. Wow. That one light is illuminating this whole entire thing. Just another random light on. Wow. Okay, so the conveyor belts are right above our head. And this looks crazy. I think that's just the plexiglass. It's not actually moss or ivy or anything, but that looks insane. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. Wow. There's our first glimpse at the outside, really. That's insane. I can't wait to get the view from up top. I guess we'll go this way, because we haven't been in this direction yet. I don't think that there's going to be a, actually we can't really go this way. I don't think there's going to be any controllers of any sorts. I'm not expecting anything like that. I don't really know what to expect anymore. It's also very weird lighting conditions in here. I don't really know if it's dark or light. So hopefully this comes out well after the fiasco we had this morning. But this looks amazing. I think we're going to go head up, see the view, probably move on to the next part. This place is huge and we have a limited amount of time to do this today. Let's keep it going. Wow, I absolutely love this view. Okay, let's go head up. Move on to the next part. Oh, hello. Have you looked around up here at all yet?
Just right here.
Just right here. I'm excited to turn around. How does it look?
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Holy moly, dude. Those things are huge.
A little mind-blowing.
I was not what? That's crazy. It literally looks like a turbine, but it's just not. And these are insane, these massive feeders. Alright, I'm gonna let Kyle take his photos, and we're gonna keep walking throughout here. It looks like there are some random lights on in certain places, but if these are crushers or spinners of some sort for the rocks and material that would be turned into concrete, then they're all exactly the same, and it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them here, and they have about the same level of decay on them, which honestly isn't too much considering the elements that this place is exposed to on a daily basis, just like today. Here's this perspective. Yeah, these things definitely spun and most likely crushed. Incredible. We're gonna turn to our right and go this way. Choose a direction at this point in time. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's incredible. This place is absolutely massive. At this point, I'm not even sure where I haven't gone, but I do think that for the most part, I don't want to say it's going to get repetitive, but I do think we're going to reach our limit a little bit on exactly how many different things we could see, I guess you could say, variation wise. So we're going to go over, see if there's 1 or 2 other little areas that I missed, and then head up more towards the roof to get that view. And then move on to the next building. Let's keep going. Okay. Wow. Well. Wow. Whoa. I hope I spun quick enough. What? That's crazy. It's completely green. That's a wild shot, dude. Holy moly. Oh, I got that one. All right. This is the real 3rd floor. I don't think that really counted down below us. And this looks like it's pretty dense. I don't know, can we see down here at all? Huh. Looks like it's just thick machinery. It's probably not worth spending any time right here then, just based off how big this place is.
maybe we can come back down and take another look, but wow, there's no need to. This is incredible. The lights are just turning on and off. Or was this the furnace? I'm really not sure. Hopefully this plant is first of many for me. But let's turn and go down this hallway here. See if there's any different view. Right here on the left. Yeah. Looks like a massive vent. Huh. That's crazy. There might have been water stored behind it, potentially. But let's continue our little walk around here and see if anything pokes out. Wow. No. So yeah, these were probably water tanks with cooling vents of some sorts next to them, is my assumption. And so, yeah, actually this is probably the furnace and the feeder going down. Not sure on the furnace part, but that's how it looks. I'm kind of comparing this to how a power plant would potentially be set up. But this just is incredible. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's so stunning with that plexiglass. It could even be plastic potentially. But I believe it's time to head up to the next floor. Unless we could get across from here, we can. I think we should see what's down there first, and then we'll head up. Huh. Another elevator here. And then what's over here? Kyle did say there might have been a fifth crusher, so if that is what that is, and I know there's another technical name for it that I'm not saying because I don't know what it is, but it would be right below this. So this all makes sense. The layout is starting to come together. Wow. This is gonna be insane from the top. Holy moly. Wow. I'm not so sure I trust this, but this is our first view. This view is amazing, but we are going to turn back into the plant now and finish walking on this section over these grates. Doesn't look like there's much to see in this corner. I kind of wanted to see if these stairs did actually go up, but I'm so confused as to the functionality of this. Let's see. Yeah. What? How are you supposed to get up there from here? I don't think you were. So I think I actually have to go around this to be able to get up more. And the fog on the outside looks phenomenal. I can't even see the plant from this angle, and I can just tell that when we overlook the roof here, I think we're all gonna be in awe. So I'm very excited. This smile is very, very real, even though my action camera is face down in the dirt somewhere with footage I really, really want and kind of need. It is what it is. Let's go up. And it looks like we're gonna go onto the roof for the first time. So let's do it. Oh my gosh. It's still raining, so I really don't want to take my camera out there. I just want to show you guys as many angles as I possibly can. Look at these silos. And this is gonna be our first really good overhead look. Seems dead down there. And this is just insane. My camera's getting soaked, so I'm really not gonna stay out here any longer. But this is just absolutely crazy. I wonder if we can actually get in the middle of this thing to get some more cover. I'm gonna try to show you guys as much as I possibly can. Okay guys, so there is one thing we can do, and we are actually going to do it, even though we're gonna get a little wet and the camera is gonna get a little wet. Basically, this seems to be the highest point on the entire plant right here. And even though my camera is gonna get wet, instead of just trying to show you guys 100 angles, I'm gonna just go walk up this, grab some shots very quickly, and then come on down. I wouldn't be scared of a little rain if I had my action camera, but that's in the mud right now, literally. And so this camera's gonna get a little wet. The lens is probably not gonna be perfectly clear, but this is the only way I'm actually gonna get this top-down view. This is seriously, I think, gonna be the highest point in the entire thing, so I'll have to just wait to see when I turn around. Yeah. How amazing is this? Unless we were to go on those stacks, this would literally be the highest point. Now, the rain's actually really picking up. I'm gonna go in, dry the camera off, take a few photos, and then we're gonna move on to the next part. We're really crunched for time. We've got a 9-hour drive later today, and we got somewhere to be. So, gotta do this as quick as we can. All right, and we are now back on the main floor, which means we're gonna turn to our left and try to get to, I believe, the other side of this wall is what Kyle was talking about. I don't really know how. Actually, maybe there's a doorway here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yep. Walked right in on it. This actually, I believe, is a turbine. It's massive. I believe so. Look at that. It's huge. And again, look at all the green on the wall. I mean, there might be some moss growing over it, but it looks tinted green for the most part. Look at this hook for the crane. I wonder what the tonnage on this is. It usually says it, but again, this is different from a power plant. Incredible. It's so big, I just don't even know what to say about it. It's so intact too. Perfect peeling paint, no graffiti. That's just what we like to see. And I'm hoping that this is gonna open up into, yeah. Wow. Look at that. The crusher, the spinner, whatever you want to call it. Again, I know there's a technical name for it, but it crushes sediment. That's incredible. Okay, so we're trying to figure out now how to move from building to building. We think that they're connected in some way, shape, or form, but we don't know if we're going to be able to get there without going outside. This may somewhat answer our question. Kyle, whatever we're walking into right now,
is really weird and interesting and kind of cool. I mean, it's either a path or like water or something. Oh, okay. That's not too promising. Oh, that's got to be water. I think that's water. Let's see. I don't want to fall. Yep.
I flooded.
Yep. I mean, it's cool as crap, but we can't go any further with it, unfortunately. So the conveyor belt would have gone like pretty much underground. Which means I think we have to go outside. All right, guys, we're gonna make a mad dash. Oh, it's so wet. It's so wet. We're gonna make a mad dash across the way here and try to get in on the other side. You ready?
Yeah, I'm already getting wet right here though.
I don't even know what I'm gonna like put the towel over the camera maybe like this?
Yeah, kind of.
Something like this? I don't know. All right, ready? This is gonna be a little funky. Oh, well, why not? Fuck it, we're gonna have to wipe the lens anyway. And I think a lot of these things are just structures. I know, I definitely want to look at that, just not yet. It's too wet. All right, guys, so we successfully switched over from the first building, and now we're in this massive structure where it looks like they just had a whole bunch of sediment just piled around here, almost like this was for storage, and they moved it in and out. I could be wrong about that. I probably am, but that's what it seems like. The conveyor belts go all the way up and out, and it also seems like there's a bucket maybe at the end of that as well, which is kind of crazy to move stuff around. This is absolutely wild. Does it extend over there? Does it go over there or does it stop here? Actually, that's just a wall, isn't it? Huh. Yeah, I think so too. Interesting. Yeah, look at this. Just mounds of it. It's really just like ash at this point. I would assume probably this was just a feeder, that this would then go out and into the plant. But Kyle made an interesting point that it looks like there's buckets in the conveyor belt that actually do the reverse and go up. So if that's true, then that means that they're depositing the sediment, which I believe is rock, in here. So I don't know, we have a lot to learn about these plants, but we're trying to piece it together based off what we know. So yeah, this is pretty cool. These belts are insane. You're right, why are there so many?
Oh, yeah, this one just goes into here, and that just drops down. That one
Goes
this one connects
here,
to this
across,
one, this one to
there, and then across into the other building that we were in.
So those are coming our direction.
Yeah.
Boom. And then what? That shit's going up and then back down.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a vertical belt there.
Yep. So to keep my camera safe and dry, I'm just gonna put it away right here and I will turn it back on when we get to the other side. So we'll see you in a second. Changed my mind again. This is too cool not to show. All right, guys, let's start exploring this next building. We have no expectations based off what we saw in the last one, but we don't think this one's gonna have power, so it should be a little bit simpler to walk through. But we're saying that now, we don't know what we're actually gonna find in here. Looks like there may be a big open space over here.
Oh my god, Luke.
Is that a chair? Guys, this has to be the chair of the episode. We've only seen like 2 in total, and this one is decaying perfectly. Oh my gosh, you know, in every single video, we choose a chair that best represents the channel, and today, this is definitely the one. Everyone, say hello in the comments, because this thing is insane. Just look at that decay. Chair of the episode, without a doubt. Did you get hit with water?
Yeah, in the mouth.
Okay, well,
Let's just leave that side.
yeah, those look like sorting tubes or feeding tubes of some sorts. Gotta look up exactly what that functionality is. But we can't go there. Well, we could, we're just gonna get soaked.
Now we are directly under the tubes.
Okay.
Do we go up? Do we go up or over there?
Let's go over here and see if there's stairs maybe. Look at this. Wow.
This is crazy.
Holy moly.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And very wet. So I don't think we're gonna wanna do more than stand right here and look at it. Holy crud. That looks insane. I don't want to go out there anymore though. Alright, so we're trying to make the most out of what is, I don't want to say not the best situation, but at least for me, I can't stop thinking about my camera. So we're trying to come out and see as much of this as we can. Again, thank you, Cal, for even getting me to do this. I was so down and out when we were in the woods a little while ago. But basically, even though we're saying it's beautiful with the rain, it kind of limits us. We wanted fog. We can't really hang out on top or walk across the beams. That's not safe, or really walk across anything. So at this point in time, we're gonna kind of just go move, probably up right on this building, try to get that view over, and then see if there's 1 or 2 other structures here. But we can't walk down the outside and do any of that without the action camera at the very least, which we don't have now. I was gonna say today, now. So yeah, until I get a new one, gonna have to figure out how to work around this a little bit. But anyway, we're gonna go up, get the view. I don't even know if we need to necessarily go in the silos. It's just gonna be a ladder or stairs going up and then view down, which you've already seen. So yeah, we're gonna go up to the rest of this. Let's do it. Second floor. Can I get around from this way? I don't know. I don't think I can. Nope, we have to turn around. Okay, well that makes this pretty easy then at least. To the other side we go. Huh. It's getting more narrow. Interesting. I wonder if it converges at the top. It must. Looks like the rain is not pounding as hard right now. So we're gonna peek up at this because that looks insane. And then back down at the ground. And then we're gonna walk across this. Not that high up. And into here. Alright guys, we finally made it on top of the building. I believe there's an opening over here to our right where we finally get to see this monstrosity of a factory, plant, whatever you want to call it, in one amazing view. I'm going to squeeze through all of this and check this out. Oh my gosh. We'll zoom in a little bit so we can cut out that sky. I mean, that is insane. Feast your eyes. Wow. I'm not going any further than this. It's not safe. I would consider it if it wasn't wet. So it seems like it's the perfect time to do a little bit of drone work before it starts pouring again. So we're gonna head up. Kyle said that there's another level that we can get to. I'm gonna do that after I get the sweatshirt, thank you. And then we're gonna go move on to the last part or two of this place. There is a bunch of silos and stuff that we could go into, but we're gonna avoid them for today. Okay. So I'm gonna assume this is probably gonna be our best view. Yeah, that's just downright incredible. Well, I think it's fair to say this is probably the best view that we're gonna get of the entire place. Thankfully, the rain has broke, so I'm gonna put the drone up, and we're basically gonna go behind us to the other half of this building and then check out this massive circle dome thing that's behind it. Outside of that, there's a couple silos that I was showing earlier on either side of the factory, on either end, but they're just gonna be empty and wet, so there's really no point besides getting the view, but we've seen it already. We're gonna see it from the drone. So we're gonna go close that out, get out of here, and then hopefully go find that action camera. But this is out of this world. I mean, view-wise, this is apocalyptic. It looks like something straight out of a movie. Absolutely insane. I almost missed this view. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Holy crap.
Very different.
Yeah. Huh. This is insane. So that big dome thing is what I was talking about, guys, that we wanted to check out. But is that not the same as the other dome? Or is it different?
Yeah, it technically should be the same. I think this one's just bigger and older.
Definitely want to at least look in there.
More decayed.
Look at the conveyor belt on the top.
Yeah. You see the ladder under it?
Yeah. That's so scary. Why would that be there?
Yeah, you can't. What, are you gonna climb down?
This is crazy. The ground is slush once again. I think we'd be a fool not to. It's a little risky, both being seen and just stepping on this in general, but I'm gonna watch every step and be extremely careful. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Some people are ballsy enough to climb this. Quite a few people, actually. I, on the other hand, am good. You can get to that platform or go all the way up. Yeah, shimmy, shimmy. Guys, I made it to the top. Gonna try not to trip over the wooden ladder up here. Wow. Just want to walk on the other side of this platform. Yeah, I figured we might get a view of this. Try not to trip. I'm pretty sure this is the same thing that we just saw, but on a bigger scale, so we'll see. But this view is outstanding.
Sounds coming.
I know, inside the building or something like that.
Like consistent banging, but it's hard to tell.
It could just be carrying down the valley. This is a much closer look at the conveyor belt. It extends all the way from the building we started in, actually before the building we started in, and runs all the way to here and beyond, or in reverse, or just as a system. Maybe it went back and forth. But this is incredible. Every angle, every view is just a little different.
At least need this angle.
Gosh. Yeah, this is sick. This is actually one of the best angles overall. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a water tank. It's not very big, honestly. Would have expected bigger for a place of this size. Oh my God. Oh my flipping goodness. What? I could walk up there and get a top-down view. However, it's not going to look as cool as this, and I really don't feel like getting dirt and dust and stone all over me because I'm wet, and I'll definitely slip on that. So we're going to come back out, see the actual plant itself again, and try to get around to those silos. I'm not sure if we can. There's nothing in that structure for us to really see. We're actually looking at the entire thing from the exterior as well. And those silos, there's no point in going in them either unless you want to go on top. But we've seen better views. And as we know, there's no reason to mess around with any silos. So what we're gonna do is just, I guess, look both ways. Huh. That is a crazy view. There's power in here. Wonder if we can enter through here or if we have to go around. I think this is open. Whoa. Okay. Whoa, where am I? I thought these were silos. I guess not the ones I'm used to. Wow. That's crazy. We did not walk on this side this morning. This is all open right here, so hypothetically someone could come through. It actually looks like there may be boards on that garage over there, but we're not going to test it. Here's the other silos, which will either be the same as the ones we stepped into or just giant holes. However, they usually do funnel at the bottom, so we most likely won't be able to see up into them unless we went to the top, which we're not going to do that.